All right, welcome everybody to Cleveland, Ohio, home of the Cleveland Browns and First Energy Stadium, as they play host to the Detroit Lions as we continue on with Week 1, the Season 2 kickoff of the PFSL. In the booth with me for this one is Tim. How are you doing, my man?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm glad that the PFSL is officially back.
Yeah, it feels good to have Season 2 underway. I don't know what all you've seen today, but out of what you have seen, what have you enjoyed so much, what have you enjoyed the most so far about the two games prior to this one, and what do you expect in this game coming up?
I just loved how the Steelers look completely different from last season. It's like a whole different kind of team. And then the Dolphins really surprised me. They pulled it out in stunning fashion.
Absolutely, I agree, and I have to mention the Seahawks hung with them. They gave them a run for their money. They struggled quite a bit throughout that game, but they found a way to make it close in the end. So, looking forward to this one, though. What do you look forward to the Browns and Lions?
I look for this one to be a really back and forth game here. Both of these teams feel like they're kind of in a rebuilding kind of stage. I know the Lions are new, so they're building as opposed to rebuilding.
Was that the end of your?
Look at them, yeah, and look at them fight for it there.
Oh yeah, okay. I didn't know if you were done talking or if it stopped working. I don't know what happened, but yeah, that was a good return by Antonio Delano to start us off. So the Lions will take possession first at the 31. Me personally, I got the Browns taking this one. Tim said he's got the Lions. Apparently, Slater has the Lions too. So we'll see. And now we see Jaquez Facu, I think that's how you say his name, if I can remember correctly. And he starts off. Jock.
I believe
Jock.
That's the correct pronunciation.
Okay. Well, we'll find out. If he comes in here, he'll yell at me and tell me how to say it. But there we go. He finds his receiver. That's a newly added talent, a secondary player of Venoms. And he gets the first catch, gain of 9. Now, Foucault takes the snap, hands off to Delano, picks up the first down near midfield at 49.
What a really nice start to the drive by Detroit. I mean, honestly, it looks like Venom has really taken what he's seen from the preseason game and adjusted.
Yeah, and you look at Antonio Delano, I talk about this every time I watch him play, and even more now that he's playing his former team in the Cleveland Browns. When he gets going, he is hard to stop, and when he gets going and it is hard to stop, he makes the entire offense hard to stop. So look for Delano to have a big game. And they're going to go to Cuevas out of the backfield, lined up at fullback. He's returning some for the Lions. So Detroit running some two-back sets this season. The two-back sets are completely new to the PFSL. We ran strictly single-back formations in terms of running backs last season. So how do you feel about the two-back sets coming into the PFSL?
I feel like, honestly, that could be a big game changer for a lot of teams. You know, you may not be the best in terms of in the air with passing, but on the ground you could absolutely dominate with this. And it could really put you above some other teams.
I agree with you completely. As Foucault puts one on the sideline, leads his receiver a little bit too far, so he could not get his feet in bounds. Looked close to me, but nonetheless, it's a 3rd and 4 from the 44 in Browns territory. Foucault. Going to check it down to Delano. We're going to get a penalty flag as Delano goes down behind the line of scrimmage.
That's not something you want to see. Especially
Absolutely
this early
not.
on.
Yeah, no, that's a shot in your own foot. As the penalties decline, it will be 4th and 7 from the 48. Pretty sure the Lions are going to have to punt here.
Yeah, I look for him to punt away.
as this is the PFSL debut of the Detroit Lions. The Cleveland Browns finished middle of the road last season. We called them a 500 team, even though Week 7 got canceled, so there was only 9 games. They finished 4-5, and now we get to see our first look at Storm Nix this season. He had a good year. He was in the running. He wasn't a finalist in any awards, but he was in the running for quite a bit of hardware last season, even though his team didn't finish that hot.
Yeah, his name came up an awful lot throughout the season in terms of people to watch out for.
Yeah, he led the league in passing yards at one point in the season before he was later overtaken by the likes of Rico Bosco, Curtis Andrews, and Cooper Boudreaux. But now it's a fresh start for the Browns, and they're going to start with a handoff to Tex, and they pick up 8.
If I recall correctly, Hex was doing a fantastic job in the preseason.
He did. He did a few good things for the Browns. Definitely not the... We didn't see any of the big electric bust-off 50-yard runs like we did from Antonio Delano last season, but he definitely manages the game well out of the backfield. A Storm Nix quick throw to his second-year tight end, Willie Taver, for the first down.
That's something you always want to look for from Nix. I mean, the man knows how to convert.
And Willie Taver is throughout season 1 and now his first pass this season. Willie Taver became his number 1 target. They're going to go back to Tex on the ground as he jukes past the Lions defenders, and then he gets absolutely lit up by Titan Monroe on the 8-yard pickup.
Now that's somebody you really got to watch out for. Monroe was the top prospect coming into the draft.
Titan Monroe definitely a name on a lot of draft boards. Lions lucky enough to get him. I know Coach Venom expressed his admiration for Titan Monroe as the Browns go back to Tex, and he looks to pick up the first down at the 47-yard line, and he does.
This Lions defense honestly is shaping up to be something pretty magical. Like, with the additions that they've made throughout the week, this could be a whole different team.
Yeah, and with Delano coming over, the Lions managed to, in that trade, due to it being a secondary player, they got GOAT corner D-Mon. So that's another addition to that defense you were just talking about.
Absolutely, and that is another one coming over from the Browns, correct?
Yes.
So you've got to think that Delano and D-Mon are definitely going to be looking to get some revenge on their former team.
Absolutely. And Tex showing off the juke moves as he jukes past 2 Lions defenders. One of them, Logan Mitchell, which is a free agent pickup that you were talking about. He was one of those guys that the Lions have picked up in the last week. Misses the tackle there, but I have to say that's just good running of the football. And it's 3rd and 4. Storm Nix makes an adjustment in the shotgun. Low snap, draw play to Tex. He's got some room to run. He's going to try to juke past a man, but he can't. Brought down at the 33. First down, 6 carries for 39 yards for Tex to start the ball game.
I've got to say, I'm really enjoying watching him play football. This guy is just so explosive, it seems.
And I was talking to Diggs about this in the first game. I think one of my favorite parts about this league, what separates us from other leagues, is the ability or the opportunity for auto-gen players to be good. So it doesn't really set you back too much. If you aren't able to build a team full of users, you aren't going to be left in the dust. And I think Tex is one of those, a prime example of what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's definitely a player I wouldn't mind having on my team personally.
Luckily for you, though, you have a running back. You have a pretty solid running back there. Now 2nd and 10 Empty backfield, 5 receivers set for the Browns. Storm Nix looks to throw, going to roll right. Pressure coming. That's Jay Venom on the run. Behind him, he's going to loft one up to his receiver, and that's going to be Heath Matlock, the former Steeler, on the reception. 22-yard pickup. First down at the 11 for the Cleveland Browns.
Matlock did so good for Pittsburgh last season. I'm very excited to see how he does in Cleveland.
And that was another thing that came up this season that was not in the PFSL in Season 1, and that's the ability for these coaches to trade autogens. And you've seen it quite a bit this offseason, Heath Matlock being one of those. And as you were just stating, he was key for the Pittsburgh Steelers last season, and there was his first catch on the season in Season 2. It proves big for the Browns, and Tex going to take a carry into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland Browns, and Tex has his first career rushing touchdown, and the Browns have their first touchdown of Season 2.
You see, and that's a name that we've been calling all game long so far, and now he finally punches it in. I think he's really going to have a good career.
And the vision there, and being an autogen, you don't know how long his career is going to last. You don't know when a user is going to pop up and he's going to take a seat with the Cleveland Browns. You just don't know. But assuming that he has a long and lustrous PFSL career, it's starting out pretty nicely. On his first drive in the PFSL, he puts it in the end zone for his team, and the vision was just beautiful. Now, Lions are pressures on them to respond.
And as Slater pointed out in the chat over here, a nice little statistic. In the first 2 games out of the season, the NFC has yet to win one.
That is an interesting fact. I didn't even think about that. That's cool. So the AFC 2-0, bragging rights over the NFC right now. As the kick is away. Go ahead.
They may try to come back with this one.
Who knows? Delano looked to be a decent return, but he is stopped up short of the 25 at the 22. So here comes the Lions offense.
He would have been better off taking a knee on that one.
Yeah, sorry, posting in the chat. There we go. Okay. So, Foucault comes back to the line. 1st and 10 from the 22. Hand off to Delano. He's going to be stopped up at the 24. Short gain there. 2nd and 8.
This is our first look at the Lions offense with the newly added additions here.
Yeah, they got quite a bit. Another one that I'm interested to see is number 14 right there on your screen, Chris Lyon, coming over from the Cardinals. Was on that Super Bowl winning team. Handoff to Delano, going up the middle. Gets to the 28. 3rd and 4.
I actually spoke with Coach Venom a couple days ago, and he said going into this game he really wanted to focus on the run game.
Well, we will see. When you have 2 running backs and one of them is Antonio Delano, that's kind of what you expect. And I love this formation because it's so different. Foucault on 3rd down, going to pass over the middle, and he finds his big receiver. I will get the name when it pops up on the screen because I forgot the name. Zatika, there it is. I don't want to say the first name because I don't want to be wrong, but I feel like it's Brad.
Wow, that guy is just huge.
He is very big, definitely built like a tight end, but he is 100% through and through a wide receiver. And I really feel like he's going to be big for the Detroit Lions. Another guy on this offense that I'm really watching for this season is autogen receiver Julius Prince. He was huge for them in the preseason, and right there they're going to go to him, and he gets the catch for the 1st down.
The Lions are really just steadily marching down the field. That's something that you got to be proud of.
Lion the Lion. There it is. There. Okay. But yeah, I mean, we've talked about Coach Venom, but we haven't talked about his player, Jay Venom, the D, I think he's the D tackle. As Fuko evades a sack, gets rid of the football, picks up the first down. Thank you for the correction. He's a D end. He kind of hid in the shadows of the likes of Dylan LeBlanc in New Orleans last season. How do you think he can bring his experience over to this young Lions defense?
I mean, with the Saints last season, that defense was really, really hard to get around. And, any team that actually was able to get up on the Saints defense usually went on to win the game. So you've got to think that he's going to be bringing some of that chemistry and trying to implement some of the things that he worked on with LeBlanc over to the Lions.
I respect that. I could definitely see that happening. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Good game so far. The Browns lead the Lions 7-0. You're watching PFSL on YouTube. Stay with us for the second quarter. Start of quarter number 2 here in Cleveland. It's a cloudy night, rain in the forecast, but hopefully it will hold off. They lead the Lions 7-0. Fuko on 2nd and 3 is going to throw it, and he's going to find Chris Line, and that's his first catch of the season, and it's for Lions first down.
Like I said earlier, the Lions are really just marching down the field at this point. Slow and steady. They're not getting ahead of themselves, and it's working for them.
Slow, methodical drives, always the way to go. They come out of the shotgun. Fuko with trips to his left. High snap, pulls it back down. Handoff to Delano, going nowhere. Maybe picks up a yard. Brought down by Rex Gardner and company. Only manages to get back to the line of scrimmage. With that, you have to credit this line or this Browns defense. They haven't allowed this run game to really pick up big yardage. The run game is grinding out the yards as Cuevas gets to carry there. Just like that, they're picking up these minimal gains, but it's opening up the pass game, and I think that's what's allowing them to drive down the field like this. And now they're on 3rd and 6 from the 18.
You've got to think that if you're Coach Venom, you want to get these points here. You don't want to have to get the field goal.
Yeah, luckily it's still rather early in the game. But I really love this formation they're in just because it's different. 3rd and 6, Fuko back to pass. Gonna throw a dart right side. Pass caught, Chris Line. First down inside the 10 at the 6 for the Detroit Lions.
The Lions are really making themselves known here in this game. And it's against a defense led by Bronson Spearall, too.
The reigning defensive player of the year. I'm actually surprised that neither one of us have mentioned it before now. He was voted the defensive player of the year, which means, or at least it says to me, that he bonded well with guys around the league, and that they were able to vote him into the defensive player of the year award. And that says a lot about him as a person and a player. Fuko, 1st and goal, looking for somewhere to throw. All day to pass. Pressure starts to come, and he's going to go down near the 20 at the 18. Big loss of 12 there.
That's definitely not something you want to see.
And you got to... I don't know what happened. The receivers just couldn't get open. Fuko had nowhere to go with the football, and it looked like when he first got hit, he was just about to throw it. So a few more seconds of time would have gave him the ability to get rid of the football, but he had all day to throw. You can't sit in the pocket like that all day long. Even though he is a true pocket passer, you got to be able to move and get rid of the football. Fuko going to throw it to Delano, and he's going to power his way back inside the 5. They mark him at the 5, so they gain the yardage back, but it's 3rd and goal.
Back to what you said about standing in the pocket for so long. I mean, you really can't put any blame on that line. They gave him enough time for him to stand back there and make a sandwich, you know?
Yep. Now 3rd and goal, trips bunch to the left. Foucault in the shotgun. Gonna drop back to pass. Scanning. Gonna throw it to the middle. Wide open. Chris Lyon. Touchdown. Lions. That's Foucault's first career touchdown and the first touchdown in franchise history for the Lions.
It started to get a little rocky there for Detroit, but they found their groove again.
Yeah, I mentioned that to Diggs in the first game. It's not, well, whatever happens doesn't matter. What happened before doesn't matter at all. It's how you respond to everything. I preach that to my team in this league and others and everything else. I always preach it's not about the adversity, it's how you respond to the adversity. And so you got to credit the Lions. You lose 12 on a sack, you get it right back, and then you're on 3rd down and you're right there at the end zone. You find a way to score. 100% credit to the Lions offense there.
Now we get another look at their defense.
And again, this young Lions team, they have a lot of talent on that defense, maybe undiscovered talent. Another one that we haven't talked about, which is another addition this week for the Lions, is this kicker right here, Quentin McCollum, the Hall of Fame rookie undrafted kicker.
This could definitely be a game changer for the Lions. This guy has been noted to be so good.
Well, we will see. Haven't had a chance to see him kick a field goal yet, which if you're a Lions fan, that's a good thing. But the Browns will take over at the 25 after the touchback. Trying to answer the Lions' touchdown with a touchdown of their own. Browns have had one drive on offense where they did score. So trying to keep the trend here. Storm Nix comes to the line under center.
Storm Nix has played good all game. I don't expect that to change.
And another big hit from Titan Monroe, but Tex holds on for a gain of 8.
Tex has been so consistent.
And Titan Monroe slowly starting to prove himself as one of those brawler type defenders. He's just going to come downhill and hit you in the face every single time. 2nd and 2, handoff to Tex going left. He's going nowhere. The defense gets home. The Detroit Lions have a tackle for loss at the hands of Corey Yell.
That's definitely not something you want to see.
You love to see it if you're a Lions fan, though.
Exactly.
So 3rd and 5 from the 30. Browns toying with a 3 and out. They gain a lot and then lose it due to the play off the edge by this Lions defense. Nix back to throw on 3rd down, trying to find somewhere to go with the football, and he throws a pick. He tried to ditch it at the last second. Big man to the house. Corey Yale gets a tackle for loss. Then right place, right time, pick 6, Detroit Lions.
What an interception.
Storm Nix. Go ahead.
My comment about Nix did not age well. I apologize, Browns fans.
Costly mistake. Commentators cursed by Tim. But costly mistake, I mean, that was, if I'm being brutally honest, that was just solely on Storm Nix. He tried to get rid of the football at the last second, and he threw it right to the defense. I think he was trying to feed it to his running back out wide in the flat. Maybe he got hit, and I just missed it. I don't know. But either way, it's a costly mistake.
Yeah, that's definitely not a mistake that you can afford to have in this kind of a situation, though.
Yeah, at that point, even with the Lions' touchdown, the Browns still held majority of the momentum. because they were able to get that stop on the first drive and score first. But now the tide has completely turned, and now the Lions control the momentum, and the pressure has shifted where now it's on the Browns to correct that mistake, go downfield, tie this ball game up. After the pick six, kick is away from McCollum. It's going to be returned by Brian Heat. And he slips one tackle past the 25 to the 28, and right back out comes the Browns offense and Storm Nix.
What do you think that the Browns head coach was saying to him over on the sideline?
I'll tell you what, he's probably, most people would think he's fussing and hollering and he has a huge issue with that pick, but it's still the first half. We're just halfway through the second quarter. He's probably telling the Storm Nix right now to settle down, calm down, forget it, move on. We're gonna try to slowly work you back into this thing. It's not over. It's a touchdown game, and right here he's gonna take a deep shot, and he has a receiver open. That's Heath Matlock. What a catch! Big time field flipping first down.
See, there was the Storm Nix that we all know.
I'm interested to see if he got his feet in bounds. He caught it right along the sideline. It don't look to me like he did.
I don't know. That's a really, really close one.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get a booth review. At the same time, though, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't. Oh, Detroit's going to challenge it. Okay. I think, personally, this one's going to come back.
Oh, I would expect this one to come back. And honestly, that's not something you want to see. That's going to be a real momentum killer.
But back to what I was saying, the head coach was probably telling Storm Nix just to settle down. It's the first game of the season. We're early in the game. The jitters are still there. Probably just trying to calm him down. So he lets him throw that deep ball. And unfortunately, it's going to come back. But it was there. It was definitely a good throw by Storm Nix. He couldn't have put it any better in terms of placement. But just an unfortunate turn of events that the receiver couldn't get his feet in. Adjustment at the line, trips to the right, next back to pass. With a quick throw, and he has a man wide open down the sideline. Brian Heat, he's going to outrun the defense to the house. 10-5, touchdown, Cleveland Browns. Just like that, Brian Heat makes up for it. 72-yard touchdown reception.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that might be a PFSL record. Is that the longest run after touchdown?
I think the longest is 75. Not quite sure, but I do believe it's 75. I would have to go back and look at last season, but it's definitely close. 72. What a way to respond by the Browns.
It looks like that pick just lit a fire underneath the Browns offense.
2 plays, 72 yards.
This is going to be a really, really interesting game.
Yeah. But we've been talking about the defenses majority of this game, and I think we might just be lining up for an offensive shootout instead.
Yeah, it looks that way. We anticipated these defenses to really play a big factor here, but it looks like it's these offenses.
We will see what the rest of the game holds. A return from Delano won't get to the 25. They do give him the 25, a little bit of a friendly spot. But either way, the Lions will take over there. And here comes Jacques Foucault. Last drive, you see the stats. He was 8 for 8, 81 yards. That was the scoring drive for the Detroit Lions. The only wonder is about how long the Lions offense was on the bench.
Well, it definitely gave them enough time to get rested, get hydrated.
Foucault, quick throw to Chris Lyon, and he gets lit up, but he holds on to the football, gain of 4 up to the 29.
That's something you can expect from Chris Lyon. He does not drop the ball.
Chris Lyon, definitely a reliable receiver. And here on 2nd and 6, Lions are in the pistol. Hand off to Delano going right. He had a little bit of running room, breaks a tackle, picks up the first down. What power.
We've mentioned it all game, and it's been Delano is a monster. We're seeing that firsthand.
Well, the game that really made me realize just how much of a threat Antonio Delano was the game, I believe it was against the Chargers last season. And they kind of, the week before, they had struggled to move the ball a lot, and they ended up falling short in that game. And I looked at it, and Delano had very little production in that game. He didn't have a lot of carries, didn't have many targets through the air. And in that game against the Chargers, he just went off. He had like 23 carries, over 200 yards or something like that, or close to it. I can't remember exactly. But that's when I realized just how much of an effect Antonio Delano will have on a game. And that's why I say constantly, when he's going, the offense is going to go. And your team is going to have a lot of success. And I say it all the time because you can't say it enough with players like that. 1st and 10, Foucault throws one incomplete.
When you have a weapon like Delano, I don't understand why teams don't utilize them a lot more.
Right. Second and 10 from the 48. 2:02 to play in the second quarter. Foucault under center. Handoff to Delano. Trying to find some running room. Hesitation. He goes down at the 48. And that will take us to the 2-minute warning, all tied up. 14. You watch PFSL on YouTube.
And make sure as you come in, everybody, you're liking the stream.
Thank you for that, Tim. 3rd and 6 from the 44. Trips to the left. Spent a lot of time in the shotgun tonight. Foucault over the middle. Dangerous pass. Delano and Bronson Spear all met each other right in the middle of the field. Almost picked off, almost caught. Don't really know which one it was, but I'm pretty sure Lions can be forced to punt.
There ain't no way he was going to hold on to that with big Bronson Spear all coming out.
Again, your reigning defensive player of the year, making his presence felt in the middle of the gridiron that time. And the punt.
A good opportunity for Cleveland to get some of it back.
And not a bad punt from McCollum either. He puts him at the 20, which is where they would have been if he would have kicked it into the end zone, but still not a bad punt. So we've got an extended amount of time on this play call. There we go. Trips bunched to the left. Storm Nixon the shotgun on first down. 1:48 and counting now to play in the first half as Storm Nixon going to find Tex out of the backfield for a pick of a 5.
A nice small little game there.
How about Storm Nix has only completed 4 passes and he's over 100 yards.
And the fact he's only thrown 5 in total has blown my mind. That's what I was actually about to say.
Now 2nd and 5 after the dump off to Tex. Nix in the shotgun. Letting the clock run a bit. Nick's going to throw right. He finds his tight end Willie Tabor for the first down, and Cleveland takes their first time out with right at a minute to play.
You've got to anticipate they're going to go to the air here.
Yeah, you have to think they're at the position in the field now where they really want to push and try to score before halftime.
That'll put them up, and then they want to come back out onto the field with that fresh momentum on their side.
And right there, Storm Nix finds his receiver, Brogan Spearall, the brother of Bronson Spearall. Brogan was one of the couple receiving leaders last season, a top 3 receiver in the league. Could have very much been in the conversation for Offensive Player of the Year. He was the first one to set the record for receiving touchdowns in a game, and now they're on a 1st and 10. Shotgun formation, trips to the right. Nixon is throwing the run, and he finds Brogan Spearall back-to-back plays, and you expect the Browns to go hurry up as they're down to the 26.
And that right there put him in field goal range, too.
Exactly. So this Browns offense, a really good receiving core. Brian Heath, Matlock, and Brogan Spearall. This offense has so much.
What do you do if you're the Browns? Do you call that final timeout, or do you try and chance it?
Well, at this point, the Browns will get the ball, start the second half. So, I mean, you're already here. I think you go ahead and try to punch it in the end zone here. Storm Nix to throw. Going to toss it over the middle to Tex. He's down to the 18. 20 seconds to play. 2nd and 2. And they call their final timeout. So I think they're going to try to score a touchdown here.
I would go for the safe bet, get the points, come back out in the second half, and start that off with a touchdown.
And they will take the field goal. So it'll be a 35-yard attempt for Wimp. It's up. It's good. 17-14 your score now. Browns on top of the Lions with 13 seconds to play.
Yeah, just like I said, you want to take those points, get that momentum on your side, go to the locker room with your heads held high, and then be like, okay, this is what we're going to do the second half. We're going to come out, and we're going to take charge right away.
Now the question lies on how aggressive will the Lions try to be or be able to be. We haven't really seen them in a short time situation. We're going to get a return from Delano out to the 28. Leads them with 9 seconds. If I'm the Lions, I'm just kneeing it out, taking it to the half, trusting your defense in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would do too. I wouldn't take a chance on throwing an interception or potentially fumbling the football.
Well, we will see what they do. Chances are likely they will run the ball with Delano or Cuevas just to run out the clock instead of taking a knee. They are actually going to line up in a shotgun formation, though. They will hand it off to Cuevas up the middle. They take a timeout. So maybe they're hoping one of these run plays break big.
That could be the general thought amongst the Lions here.
We'll see. Antonio Delano looks good in the Lions uniform. I will say that. Fits him very well. They come out. Seems like some sort of Hail Mary formation. So we'll see if that's what they're running. They are. They're running a Hail Mary. Foucault going to toss it deep left. It's bobbled and incomplete. So that will take us to the half. Browns on top of the Lions, 17-14 here in the PFSL on YouTube and ET Productions. Tim, what you got for us? What did you take from this first half?
Honestly, the Lions look really, really good. The Browns look good too. Storm Nix has really found his groove here. Yeah, he made one costly mistake, but he really made up for it the very next drive there.
Yeah, after that interception, he tossed it deep. It was incomplete, out of bounds. Pass was caught, but incomplete nonetheless. And then the very next play, it was just a simple little corner route, and Brian Heat was just faster than the entire Lions defense. So if you're the Lions here, you start in the half on defense. What do you have to do to ensure that you don't let this game slip away from you?
You definitely want to play a little bit more conservatively as opposed to being so aggressive. You want to keep those safeties and those corners a little bit back. Keep them watching for those big pass plays.
And if you're the Browns offense, what are you doing to capitalize on this opportunity to kind of gap the scoreboard? Because in this situation, ideally, you don't want that field goal. You want that touchdown to make it a 10-point game.
Oh, I mean, honestly, I'm really going to air it out. You know, it's worked so far. The Lions haven't really kept up with the Browns wide receivers here, so I'm going to keep going to the air.
We'll see what happens. 1st and 10 from 27 to start the third quarter for the Browns offense.
Broke one tackle.
Yeah, he did break one. I will say this, the Lions have shown improvement from their preseason game.
Yep, and that's what you hope to see from a preseason game. That's where you can test some things out, and you know it's not really going to cost you a whole lot.
Yep. Storm Nix sends Matlock in motion. Sits under center, takes the snap, drops back to throw. He's going to shoot one out right to Matlock, and falls incomplete. Final game of the night, Friday Night Football. Coming up next, Carolina Panthers travel to New England to face the Patriots. We're going to hand off to Tex, going up the middle, had a running lane, juked past Titan Monroe, picks up 8, 3rd and 2.
And that's been the theme all night long for the Browns. It's been nothing but text.
The vision is great. The elusiveness, the movement, while running with the football. It's been fantastic for him tonight. As Tex now is wrapped up behind the line. There's Logan Mitchell, his 5th tackle of the game. 1st tackle for loss, 4th and 2.
Definitely not the way you want to start.
He's had a sneaky 5-tackle game. Quietly made his way to 5 tackles. Sorry for having to clear my throat.
How dare you?
I know. So now the Browns, they go 3 and out on their first drive of the third quarter. So the Lions defense did its job. A high punt, no fair catch. And Titan Monroe goes nowhere. Lions offense will take over at the 20.
If you're the Lions, this is a really, really good opportunity to take the lead.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you. This is a very good opportunity for the Lions. Your defense did its job to get you the ball without any harm done. How are you going to orchestrate this drive on offense if you're the Lions?
I'm definitely going to use Delano and utilize that play action.
Foucault, sorry to cut you off, but Foucault is going to be under pressure. He's going to go down. Loss of 12. 2nd and 22. Now they're backed up at their own 8.
The Browns sent the dogs on that one.
I like that one. I like the Browns sent the dogs. Love it. And that's what comes with being a pocket passer. You know, you sit there and wait for something to come open, and sometimes you're just in that pocket for too long. That's what happened on that one drive, their scoring drive, where they lost 12 on that sack.
You really just got to worry about getting that ball off sometimes. Sometimes it's better to throw it away than to take that sack.
But Foucault does it again. He loses 12 on a sack. He delivers a dart. Now it's 3rd and 7. When it was 2nd and 22, he finds Chris Lyon.
But the question is, can he get those 7 yards this play?
We will see. Empty backfield. Shotgun formation for the Lions. Foucault all alone. Gonna take a deep shot right. What a catch by Delano along the sideline, but they say no, he did not get his feet in bounds. Lions gonna have to punt, but either way, what a one-handed grab by Antonio Delano.
That's one I'd like to take another look at, because I really don't know if he was out on that one.
Not going to get a review, not going to get a challenge. They're going to punt it away. It's a high punt, fair catch called by Brian Heat. Browns offense will take over at their 43. Here comes Storm Nix. He's 8 for 10, 162 yards, a touchdown, and an INT so far in the game. What do you think about Storm Nix so far?
I really expected this out of him. I mean, I didn't expect this kind of work rate, but I expected him to come into this with a fire underneath him after last season, the way the Browns just kind of fizzled out towards the end.
The Browns started off really good. They upset the Panthers, who were very much in the AFC playoff race, until they dropped their rivalry game to the Steelers, really, and got swept by the Chiefs. That kind of really hurt them a lot. And so now this is kind of looking to be a bounce back season. They definitely have the roster on paper to contend. They come out 2nd and 4, empty backfield, 5 receiver set. Nix gonna take us up at the middle, but the defense is there. Killigan brings him down. It's 3rd and 5.
This could be a very quick 3 and out for Cleveland.
It would be huge for the Lions defense as Storm Nix tried to orchestrate a scramble drill, and he ran right into the heart of this Lions D line.
They just weren't having it, though.
3rd down, 5 to go from the 48, reaching the halfway point in the 3rd quarter. Trips to the left. Nix in the gun. Looking to throw a quick pass over the middle. Finds his tight end, Willie Tabor. 1st down, Cleveland Browns. Brought down by Quinn Taylor. That's his first career tackle.
Welcome to the league, kid.
Another undrafted rookie. A secondary player. Storm Nix comes to the line on 1st down at the 44. Back and forth game so far. Neither team really given the edge. Nix under pressure. He's going to check it out to Tex. He jukes past one, and he's blown up by Titan Monroe. Monroe is out here headhunting. Gain of 2 for the Browns.
Like I said earlier, Monroe was one of those that whenever they came to the draft, everyone expected him to be a top prospect. And he's really showing why he was that top prospect.
I formation for the Browns. Nix handoff to Tex. Going to power his way to the 38. It's going to be 3rd and 4.
Four yards to go. It seems like a mile when you're in the Browns' feet.
The way this game has gone, 4 yards has definitely not been easy to acquire. Outside of a couple big plays, it's been little gain after little gain for both teams. Nix, scramble drill is on, trying to escape the pocket, throwing back across his body to the right side. He finds a receiver open. That's his tight end, Willie Tabor. 1st down inside the 20 at the 15 on the 24-yard pickup by the tight end.
What an amazing pass there. It doesn't even look like he could see where exactly he was throwing from that angle.
And normally you see these 99 Club talents making those type of reads and throws. Storm Nix, just a pro talent. And he's making it those plays. 1st and 10 from the 15. Nix under center. Going to drop back. Looking left, he finds, I believe that's Bogard Lareer, the second tight end on the depth chart. He picks up a first down, 1st and goal from inside the 5, or right at the 5.
I've got to ask, do you think that the experience of having one season under his belt is affecting any of the way that Nix is playing here?
Oh, absolutely. And when you have the experience and you look across and you see a majority of young defenses, Texas going to power his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland Browns. They extend the lead. That's Texas' second rushing touchdown of the game. But when you're an experienced quarterback like that and you look over and you see the young defense and you see across the field at the other sideline, you see the young quarterback standing there across from you that is trying to outduel you and lead his team to a victory over yours, that kind of sends a message to yourself that, no, we ain't having that. We cannot lose this game. And that just brings the best out of these experienced players. So I absolutely believe that experience plays a part in it. And, I mean, he's doing a phenomenal job tonight.
And with the extra point, that makes it a 10-point lead.
24-14 your score. Browns on top of the Lions. Here in the third quarter, 2:57 to play. Again, next up, Friday Night Football. Panthers on the road against the Patriots. We just saw prior to this game the Dolphins beating the Seahawks, becoming the first expansion team to win a game. So far, it's been all AFC, and it has been a very interesting day of football. Very good games so far, and this one just as.
Make sure you guys stay with us as the Panthers go to Foxborough in the next one.
So Detroit will take over at the 25-yard line. Foucault comes to the line. Down 10, the biggest lead of the game for the Browns. Foucault back to pass. Pressure's coming. He evades the sack. Gets rid of the ball. And he throws it away. That'll make your heart skip a beat if you're a Lions fan.
At least he didn't take that sack. He lives to fight another down here.
He was smart about it too. He didn't panic and force it into trouble. He got away from the sack and tossed it out of bounds. Heads up play.
You definitely want to see from your quarterback here.
And he's a rookie too, making veteran decisions right now. Foucault finds his wide open receiver Chris Lyon, and he's going to battle his way for a first down and some up to the 46-yard line. Lions on the move.
And the Lions are steadily marching again. They might have their feet back underneath them right where they need to be right now.
Chris Lyon has bounced around in his day. Started with the Cardinals. Went to the Chargers this offseason. Really short stint. Was brought in by the Lions before the beginning of the season. It's Foucault. Dangerous throw there if I was incomplete.
Not really sure what happened with that one. think he might have gotten a little too ahead of himself there.
Delano, another one of those on the Lions that made a quick stop in another place. Started his career with the Browns, played there season 1, and this offseason made a stop in Miami, and now he's on the Lions as Fuko will find Zatika for the first down.
Right now for the Lions, it's definitely we have to go down and we have to get some points if we want to stay in this ball game.
First and 10 from the 37. Fuko under center. Single back set. Delano alone. Tight end in motion. Handoff to Delano. Going up the middle. He picks up about 8 to the 29.
Second and 2 is not a bad place to be.
No, you always hear second and short. You can do anything. You really can. Here they're going to line up I formation.
Looks like they're just going to punch it in.
Play action. Fuko going to dish it to Cuevas, and he's blown up. There's your reigning Defensive Player of the Year, making Defensive Player of the Year type of plays. Loss of 2 as Bronson Spearall blows it up, 3rd and 4.
And I see Austin Allen in the chat. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, shout out to you. I don't know if you're already in the league or not. If you are not, you can join the Discord and be on the field as early as next week. You can watch your legacy unfold along with the rest of the PFSL talents. Fuko finds his receiver along the sideline, and just as we've mentioned before, Chris Lyon, the reliable receiver.
Chris Lyon really making the Vikings regret getting rid of him.
Well, actually, Chris Lyon had never made his move over to Minnesota. After everybody left Arizona, Chris Lyon, the user, had taken the head coaching job at Los Angeles. And Delano with a stiff arm. What a move by the running back. 1st and goal, and that will bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Put your 4s up in the chat. Browns lead the Lions 24-14. You're watching the PFSL on YouTube. Stay with us. This one could get good.
What a run by Delano.
First and goal from the 6. Fuko under center. Handoff to Delano of the middle. Powering his way to the 2. 11 carries for 68 yards for him tonight. Austin Allen, you say you're not in the league yet? Well, welcome to the stream. This is day 1 of week 2. Sorry, week 1. Day 1 of week 1 of season 2, the PFSL. Fuko under center. Motions a man. Going to drop back the pass. Looking right. There he is again. No, that's not Chris Lyon. That's his tight end. I could have swore it was Chris Lyon. But either way, it's a Lions touchdown. And after the extra point, they'll be within 3.
And that's definitely a good sign if you're Detroit here. You've got 8 minutes to play. You can go down and get that 3 and out. Get the ball back, drive back down the field, and then if you get the touchdown, go ahead.
The Detroit Lions have came to play tonight. So there's not going to be an image painted of us just because of our preseason game. And they're hanging with a team that was really competitive in season 1.
I really think that Detroit could be a top contender here. What do you think?
Possibly right now, it lies in the hands of the defense. We'll have to see what time holds as the kick is away. Browns will receive it. Brought out of the end zone by Brian Heat. Past the 20. Dropped at the 24. And here comes Storm Nix in this Browns offense.
Storm Nix has played exceptionally well all game, aside from the one blemish on his stat line.
Yeah, you just saw his stat lines. 12 for 14, 206 yards, 1 touchdown. Did have the interception, but it didn't hurt them too much as they regained the lead right after. He comes to the line, 8:22 to play in the game. Nix under center. Tex a long setback. Nick's going to fire right, and he finds his receiver, Heath Matlock, for the Browns' first down. It was Quinn Taylor in coverage.
It looks like the Browns might be making their way down the field to make this a two-score game.
Storm Nix, hand off to Tex. He's got a lane. He's got a big first down. Juking past 1. He's going to outrun him to the house. Touchdown, Cleveland Browns. And that's touchdown number 3 on the night for Tex.
Like I just said, a two-score game here. The Browns are really trying to sit comfortably, give their defense a little bit of wiggle room.
What a game.
Fantastic run.
What a game. What a way to start week 1. What a way to start season 2. You can't paint a better picture than this. The scoreboard is going to go up to a 10-point game, but my goodness, this is just such a great game. The matchups so far in these first 3 games on the schedule, they're just insanely competitive, and they're back and forth. It's just so fun to watch, and it's so fun to call. It's an honor to have Tim in the booth with me tonight.
Glad to be here for such an awesome game out of the gate.
My goodness. Shout out to the 9 viewers. We got Slater, Mike McGlover in chat. We had Austin Allen in here earlier. Don't know if he's still here. Tim is in the chat, even though he's in the booth. We had Brandon Cuevas in here at one point. Had Coach Lonk in here. Or Link.
Those of you guys in the chat, go into the Discord. Let them know what they're missing. Get them in here. This is a heck of a game.
So the Lions will take over at the 28. Foucault with an opportunity to keep his team in the game. Big test here early on for the rookie quarterback. If you are Foucault right now, how do you keep yourself composed in this big of a situation in your first career game?
I mean, it's definitely going to be tough for him. He's only got 7 minutes left to go down and score twice. So my thing would be just taking it one play at a time. One play at a time.
Well, he checks it down to his tight end for a gain of 7. Clock will start running. They're up to the 35. Second down, 3 yards from a first. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow night. We got a bunch of more games to play. We got Friday Night Football coming up next with the Panthers and Patriots. But tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, have our first game of the week of Season 2 with the Bengals and Vikings. A Super Bowl rematch in terms of coaching. Coach Tim and Coach Kurt, they both coached in the Super Bowl last season with their former teams. Kurt with the Cardinals, Tim with the Chiefs, and they both are now on new teams and they face in week 1. Foucault.
It's gonna be a fun one.
Checks it down to Delano on the screenplay, and he's going to pick up a good gain of 5, 2nd and 5 from the 47.
But you guys definitely want to stay tuned for the next one. We have Carolina going up to Foxborough to take on the Patriots.
Definitely going to be a good one. Foucault on 2nd down. Going to drop back to pass. Throwing left. He has his receiver open. And he juked past one man. Brought down immediately after. Zatika, he's having a good game for himself. 5 receptions, 53 yards. Hasn't found the end zone yet. But he's been a go-to target for Foucault tonight. And they have a first down in Browns territory at the 46. Foucault steps into the gun. Empty backfield. 5:36 and counting to play in the ball game. Dropping back to throw. Scanning. Looking. Checks it down to his tight end. A gain of about 5.
So, Eric, if you're the Browns, what are you doing here to walk away with this one?
I'm giving them the underneath stuff. I'm guarding that first down line every single time. You don't want them to score a touchdown. If they do score, you want it to be a field goal, because if they get the field goal and they do get a stop, they need a touchdown. And in order to win it at that point, they need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. You want to try to make it as hard as possible on this offense, especially with how young they are. They're a new team. They've never been in this situation before. Foucault on 2nd down looking for somewhere to go with the football. He's going to find a receiver, but it's dropped. Incomplete. 3rd and 4 from the 40. But yeah, moral of the story, you want to guard that first down line, make it as hard as possible for that Lions offense to get first downs. So just give them the underneath stuff and force them to take the hard stuff later on.
I like that answer a lot. That's a good one.
3rd and 4, 4:57. The game is not over yet, but the Lions need it. They need it here. Trips bunch to the right. Foucault back to pass. Going to take a shot down the middle, and it's intercepted. Going the other way. Big time break for the Browns defense. Orville Phillips, his first pick of season 2, and that might do it. But it's not all she wrote yet, but it's just about there. That was a costly turnover by the Lions.
There's enough time for 2 quick 3-and-outs here. If the Lions can go down the field and score.
Pressure back on the Lions defense. As you stated, still plenty of time for 2 quick 3-and-outs. But you need to have them, and your offense has to score quickly. So we'll have to.
You have those 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning.
Exactly. Storm Nix back to pass on first down. Gonna roll left, gets out of the pocket. Gonna take it himself, slips a tackle, slides down for the first down. What a run by the second-year quarterback.
If you're Coach Venom, what is your main goal right now?
Get in the backfield. Get in the backfield. You have to assume that at some point they're going to start pounding the rock with the guy that has 3 touchdowns in this game, and that's Tex. So you want to get in the backfield, cause issues in the run game, and you want to really get Storm Nix under duress. You don't want him to feel comfortable. When he feels comfortable, he will mess you up. And just like that, they got in the backfield, but the run went the opposite way. So Tex will get some positive yards, but it's only 3. But yeah, you want to get in that backfield and cause problems behind the line of scrimmage. If you can't get a turnover, that's going to be your quickest way to get the ball back. 2nd and 7 from the 47. Nix comes to the line. Single back, play action. Nix to throw right. He has Brogan Sparrow open down the sideline, and he's out of bounds at the 6. Browns knocking on the door, and they can smell the end zone, and they can smell 1-0.
I don't know if you agree with me here, but I get the feeling that this one might be all she wrote.
I do agree with you, and not saying it because of the scoreboard or the time. I'm saying it because the Browns hold momentum. They hold all the momentum on their sideline. Their defense stepped up when they needed them to, and now the offense is so close to scoring. This Tech's going to take the carry inside the 5, 2-3. Second and goal, 18 carries, 148 yards, and 3 touchdowns for Tex tonight.
The Browns have literally just been unstoppable this game.
I formation. Letting the clock roll. Outside handoff to Tex, going touchdown number 4, but we get a flag.
That's not something you want to see right here, especially if you're the offense.
And it will be coming back, the holding penalty. That'll make it second and goal from the 13. Sadly, AutoGen stats don't count, or they do count, but they're not kept. So, I mean, this is a historic performance in the run department, but it's not going to matter next week. All that matters is it counts on the scoreboard, and he's been huge for the Browns tonight as he takes another carry, and he powers his way through Jay Venom, Quinn Taylor, and multiple other Lions to push him to the 9, third and goal.
Yeah, and it's looking like this one might just be out of reach.
Handoff to Tex going right to the 5. Brought down 20 carries, 156 in yards. That takes us to the 2-minute warning. Browns on top of the Lions, 31-21. Watching PFSL on YouTube. Field goal up and good. It makes it a 13-point game in favor of the Cleveland Browns.
What are you doing if you're the Lions?
You know, if I'm the Lions here at this point, it's pretty much over. You don't have the 2-minute warning to play with anymore. So, and you're down by 2. You would need 2 touchdowns. And so at this point, even though you have all 3 timeouts, it's not going to help you because realistically, if you were to score quick, you would need those timeouts on defense to give your offense another chance. So the timeouts really aren't going to help you here on offense. So right now, if I'm the Lions, I just want to see a good, methodical drive down the field just to take it in next week.
Exactly. Start off fresh next week off of something decent this week.
Because with that being said, the Lions have not played bad by any means. The Browns just won. They played. They were the better football team today, and they just executed better than the Lions did. And it's no knock on the Lions at all. They played phenomenal. The Browns just made the necessary plays to be able to walk out of here with a win, hence the interception, or like the interception. That pick, it came at the right time. The Lions were driving with a chance to make it a 1-score game. The pick comes, momentum switches all the way to the Browns sideline. And it's the chunk plays as well that the Browns offense was able to string together the big 72-yard touchdown ball, the big runs by Tex. That's the difference maker in this ball game. So the Lions aren't losing this game because they didn't play good. The Browns just played better. So there's a lot of
nothing to be ashamed of.
Exactly, and there's a lot of stuff you can take from this game that's positive and use it again next week. So that's what I want to see from the Lions is just one drive to end, whether you score or not. Just drive down the field, get you some extra chemistry, some extra reps under your belt, so you're more comfortable in this offense going into week 2.
You definitely want to have something good come out of this. It's a learning experience. It's just week 1. There's still plenty of season left.
It's a long season, full 10-week season. And for these two teams, you're going to have 9 weeks left to get it right. And this was an out-of-conference matchup, so this doesn't hurt playoff chances at all. You're not going to drop a game, as Slater and you have stated before. NFC is winless today, so you're all even at this point. So.
I don't know if you've seen it, but Austin Allen says for you to hit him up after the game.
So what? Eric hit me up after the games. You probably don't remember me by my actual name. I am interested. I just have no clue what I'm doing. I believe I know who you are, dog. Believe I know who you are. But I would definitely text you. What a ball from Foucault is just knocked to complete good defense.
Was that taken in?
No, it was knocked incomplete.
At first, I thought it was brought in.
It looked like it was going to be. But once again, don't forget, we're not done yet. We still got one more game tonight. We got Friday night lights. Friday night action. The Panthers, Patriots. Going to do battle in Foxborough next. We are a little ahead of schedule, so the game will be before 8 p.m.
Definitely one you guys don't want to miss.
It is the nightcap. 3rd and 10. Foucault finds line along the sideline. And see, this is exactly what I was talking about. Just string together a drive. Take the positives in the next week, and you'll be good. This is what the Lions have been doing all game. They've been moving the football around really good. They just haven't found the end zone as much as the Browns, and it hurt them. And obviously that's an obvious answer. Obviously they didn't find the end zone as much. They're down on the scoreboard, but that's the truth.
I know it sucks, but take it as a learning experience and move on to the next.
And I really respect what the Lions are doing right here.
They're staying in it.
Yeah. They're still playing till the last second ticks off the clock. And they're making this a drive here at the end of the game. I'm curious to see if they will take a shot at the end zone.
Get some of
Foucault
those points back.
under pressure. Let's go with the football back at the end zone, incomplete. How about Foucault is 30 for 42, over 200 yards passing. A really good game, minus a 1 interception. But with interceptions like that, you can't really dwell on the quarterback too much because you're in the situation where you have to throw the ball and you need the big plays. So you can't really dwell on him too much for throwing that interception.
Right. 7 seconds left here.
Foucault. Shot to the end zone out of the back. Had Prince open. Just led him too far. So this should be
the little things like that all game long.
Yep. The little things will kill you every time. And it has happened tonight to the Lions. Last play of the game. 4th and 2, 3 seconds remain on the clock. Fuko back to pass. Gonna take one more shot to the end zone, knocked incomplete. And that'll do it. Cleveland Browns win at home against the Detroit Lions, 34-21. Tim, any final words?
I mean, honestly, congratulations to the Cleveland Browns. They started off really, really strong here for season 2. They look fantastic moving forward, and if they keep it up, then they're really going to be a force to be reckoned with. To the Lions, just shake it off, get back to work, and right the wrong next week.
Alrighty, and for myself and Tim and all of us at ET Productions, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching this one. I hope you enjoyed the game. Again, we're not done yet. We got one more coming up very soon. Make sure you return. You don't want to miss Friday Night Football here in the PFSL. We'll be right back. See you guys then.